Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome. Nice little dip today, huh? We had a dip. People were freaking out. Everything's crashing. No, not really. And when I made my video earlier today, it was just, the dip was really just starting, going down. And I was just like, yeah, we got a dip, right? Made the video. I was like, looks like 7.5 cents, probably support. Could go lower, and if it goes lower, then we'll be seeking, 7 cents or so. But 7.5 cents was support, and look what it hit. 7.5 cents turned around and came right back up. Look at that V recovery, V-shaped recovery right there. Classic, right back up where we were. It's like this never happened, except for Jason, right? Bought the dip. Yes, JH. Still got my Jasmine, just being patient. Again, this is all about patience. It's all about patience. You don't get freaked out at stuff like this. And you just DCA, buy and hold, and you'll wait. You'll wait for the big bull market where you'll see the epic gains. That is still the philosophy I've got. That's what I'm waiting for. Will I be wrong? I don't know. The last 4 cycles have played out. And so here we are, ready for the bull market, ready for the bull run. This is all just a prelude to it. Yeah, Bitcoin is up from where it was a year ago. I think that was kind of front running the real bull market. Most alts, or a lot of alts aren't. I mean, their new projects have come in, right, and have gone crazy. We'll talk about some of those. But overall, some of them are still kind of lagging or even down from where they were a year ago. So alt season certainly hasn't started, except for some, and there's some have taken off. You compare prices to like October 19th again, like I do, which is when I thought alt season was really just starting. But so far, 2024, we were doing okay until these Bitcoin spot ETFs were approved. And then Bitcoin tanks, right? Yeah, it went down a little bit, dragging the alts with them. So that's kind of been what's going on, although some have done fairly well. And then I bought something on the dip too, and we'll talk about that and what I bought and what my thought process was about what I was going to buy. And because I could just tell that this dip we had here was just going to be a dip. That's what I thought. So I was going to buy something, and I did buy something. It wasn't Doge, though. I got a lot of Doge, and I wanted to be into something that I didn't quite have in my portfolio yet. So I bought something new to me. Not new to some other people, but new to me. So we'll talk about that too. Let me drop down here in the corner, and we'll take a little bit bigger view of this chart here with Dogecoin on the 4-hour chart. It's nothing. Look at this. It's just a wick down and right back up on the 4-hour chart. Like nothing. Look at that. Like nothing happened. Back here on the 7th of January, we had the same thing. Wick down, back up. That's why I said 7.5, right? That was it right there. It's right there. Right there, 7.5. It's like, yep, straight across. So that's not a dump. It's not a crash. You see these other YouTubers, right? Crash, crypto crash. No, it's not. It's nothing. It's nothing. But it is a dip buying opportunity. Yes, that's true. And so in the stream, I'm going to talk about the future of Dogecoin. It's going to be wrapped in with sort of crypto and the cycles again. We'll talk about that again and again and again. And I'll keep talking about the cycles until the cycles don't work anymore. But I believe in it, and I'm going to continue talking about it, whether you guys like it or not, because that's what I do. So back to the V. It's a classic dip, buying opportunity. And of course, with that, what do you get? You get liquidations. So what did I show in the video this morning? I showed long liquidations, right? And these were all green, right? Green meant the long liquidations. Well, what did we have this afternoon? The short liquidations, the shorts, because guess what happens, right? It's like you get the longs liquidated as the price goes down, but then the price goes back up and you get the shorts in the red. Yes, short liquidations. So yeah, Jason, I love the liquidations too. It's like, what are you doing? Trading with leverage or shorting. It's just like crypto's really easy. DCA, buy and hold, 4-year cycles. That's what I'm going with. That's it. That's it. And look at this, because I heard there was a big liquidation that happened not too long ago. I was like, let's click on value and let's click on 1 million, right? These are liquidations of over $1 million. Boom. And this was the one at 11:30 on 1/19. Let's see, what's today? 1/19. 11:30. $4.39 million on a long liquidation. As the price is going down, that big green candle you see there up on the green liquidations, $4.39 million. Somebody lost $4 million on a Bitcoin liquidation. Someone else lost $1 million. Someone else on Bitcoin, someone lost $1.63 million on ETH. It's just like, what are you guys doing? So convinced that the price was going to keep going down and they were going to make buku dollars, right? Oh, I'm sorry, those were the longs, right? Those were the ones that were betting that the market was going to turn around and go long. I'm sorry, these were the ones on the shorts up here. that was just like not even 1 hour later. Someone lost a short of $1.43 million on ETH, $1.55 million on Bitcoin, on shorts. Wiped out. It's just like, what are you guys doing? Yeah, maybe 4 million. What's 4 million, right? What's 4 million? It's not that hard. So I had to show you that. Thought that was funny. What's Bitcoin doing? Well, Bitcoin came up to 42K, just touched it, and now has come back below. So 42K is going to turn out to be sort of the resistance level. That's not good. I was hoping it would come over. I was hoping that Bitcoin would come up over 42, come down and retest, and then trade on up. Let me put that in white here. That's what I thought Bitcoin was going to do, and create 42K as support. And it didn't do that. It came back down. So it looks like support now is like 41.5 is support. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, because it was resistance over here. So yeah, that's your resistance line here, and now it's your support. Yeah, we could play that game for a little bit with Bitcoin, but I'd prefer it to come up over. That's what I'd like to see. So Porculum, how you doing? $108,000, 108,000 Doge, or $108,000 in Doge? Probably 108,000, and you're down 54. You know, it'll come back. Just takes time, right? It just takes time. I've got a fan. Macy. Hi, Macy. How are you? Cool. JH says, absolutely, we're in it for the long-term price action. Yeah, and we'll get to that in a minute. Long-term. Long-term. Because that's what the 4-year cycles are. Again, I show this again and again. 4-year cycles, for those not familiar, every 4 years there's a halving, a Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving in 2016, followed by an all-time high in 2017. Bitcoin halving in 2020, followed by an all-time high in 2021. Well, it's now 2024, Bitcoin halving year, which means 2025 would be an all-time high. And I'm going with that 4-year cycle until it's not true. So in 2025, I'm going to begin to layer out, book some profits, and not hold all the way through, and then all the way through the next bear. So that's what I'm doing. That's just what I'm doing. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with that. If and when Doge hits $1, do you think it will stay there, or is it more likely to dip back? I think that getting over $1 is going to be tough, because we got like a 74-cent previous all-time high to get through. And then as it's nearing $1, there's probably going to be heavy selling. People saying, well, I'll sell right before it gets to $1 because it'll probably dump once it gets to $1. So just getting to $1 is going to be tough. But then once it gets through that, it'll blow past $1. It'll just blow past it. That's what I think. We would see something like that. And I'll show you the chart I've been showing most recently of the huge price action we could see in Dogecoin. So what did we have today? We had Doge free fall, right? So this came out, CoinGape, right during the dip. Doge free fall intensifies, eyeing 6.5 cents. Here's how to time Dogecoin price bounce back. So So this was published 2 hours ago, right? Probably written 3 hours ago. And guess what happened to Dogecoin in that time? It already bounced back. It already bounced back. It's like, nope, sorry, guys. Sorry. You're too late with your article. You're too late. I just thought that was funny. I just thought that was funny. So, what is in Dogecoin's future? Next month, we still have Doge 1. Doge 1's galactic mission to the moon. That's what we're talking about. This Doge 1 satellite launch planned for 2024 may trigger fear of missing out or FOMO among potential Dogecoin investors. Again, we talk about what is it that really makes Dogecoin trade up? It's catalysts. What are the catalysts, right? Otherwise, it's just going to follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to go up. Doge will go up, probably not as much. Bitcoin goes down. Dogecoin will drop, probably more. That's what we've seen again and again and again. But Doge can go on its own runs, and what it needs are catalysts. So the first one is the Doge 1 mission. Yes, Dogecoin is the king of meme coins. We've talked about that. Doge to the moon. Dogecoin enthusiasts keeping a close eye on the potential catalyst this year. Yeah, there's that word again. You know, I've been using it for a long time. These guys are now picking up on my word. Centers around Elon Musk, SpaceX, his well-known support for the cryptocurrency. The buzz revolves around a collaboration between the Geometric Energy Corp, GEC, and SpaceX, aiming to launch a satellite named Doge 1 into orbit around the moon. That's pretty cool. When I did a search on Google, sorry, I'm ahead of myself there. I'll get back to that. But there is, the other day I did a video on just this. What is the Doge 1 mission? What's on it? What's involved? All in detail. Check that out on my YouTube channel, and you can see all about the SpaceX Doge 1 mission. Dogecoin FOMO. See, right there, 6 days ago, I called that out. So go watch that video and you'll get everything you need to know about the Doge 1 mission, Dogecoin FOMO. And these guys are stealing my words in their article. Shame on them. Shame on them. Oh, SpaceX had a launch today. They've got a lot of launches. Hopefully, we're on for the week of February 12th. I hope that all goes well. So, Doge 1. Particular satellite has gained attention not just for its destination, but also for the fact that the entire project is funded with Dogecoin. If this isn't out in the mainstream media, I will be upset. This has got to be blasted out there, because the ULA one, the poor astrobotic lunar lander with the physical Dogecoin on it, that last night died a terrible death, burning up in Earth's atmosphere. That was tough. But this one, this can be huge. This can be huge. So go ahead and watch my video about that. And that is Doge 1. And then you can also look on Wikipedia. And Wikipedia has a Doge 1 page on Wikipedia. And you can read all about it here. The CubeSat mission, the purpose, launch, space billboard, all about it. But I also talked about it in my video last week. So The launch date is still February 2024 on Wikipedia. So that is still good. That's next month, guys. That's like less than a month away. We're talking would be huge. So the next thing after that is X payments. Again, I did a whole video on X payments. And when I did a search on Dogecoin X payments, guess what came up? My video right there from 3 days ago. Dogecoin to be used for X payments right there. So I'm now on Google. I'm on Google right there. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. But yeah, check that video out too about X payments right there. Dogecoin to be used for X payments? Very interesting. New developments in X payments. Elon Musk's payment system on X Twitter, that's what I call it, X Twitter, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. What happened with the recent launch to put the Doge on the moon? It burned out. So once the lunar lander separated from the rocket, there was something wrong with the propellant tank. It had a leak, and they don't know what caused the leak. And they determined that by the amount of propellant that they were losing, they would not be able to do a soft landing on the moon. So they had two options with it, right? They could fly around for as long as they could, doing whatever they wanted to do out in space. But the idea was to land on the moon, and the test equipment and things that they had that NASA had aboard was really meant for moon kind of observations and data collecting. And so they weighed the option of crashing it into the moon, but that wouldn't be good. So they said for the long term, it's probably better to just bring it back into Earth's atmosphere and it'll burn up in the atmosphere. And so that's what it did. As Mars says, first coin to ever burn up in space. I thought Doge did burn coins. That's a good one. That's a good. It's SHIB, right? Burning all of its tokens, right? Doge. Nobody burns Doge coins, but Astrobotic did. They burned one. A very expensive Dogecoin too. That one was very expensive. Good thing no one priced that in. Yeah, that's right. Well, follow me on X because I did have this here. Dogecoin burned up on Earth re-entry. It was a fun ride. Dogecoin will get to the moon another day. So follow me on X and you'll get the latest news. You'll get the latest news. And most recently, I posted what's the future of Dogecoin, which we're talking about right now, with a link to this stream. So hopefully people are joining. Give a like as well. Appreciate that. Give a like, get it out there more in the YouTube universe. Have some more people come into and join us talking about Doge and crypto. Always a good thing. Doge hanging out at 7.84 after this nice little V shape we had here, little dip. Did it rattle anybody? Or are people buying the dip? I'll get to my dip buying excursion I had in just a little bit. So what's going on with X payments? Well, we've got, after the name of the Twitter platform purchased by Elon Musk was changed to X, steps continued to be taken to turn the application into an everything app. It is also known that Musk wants to have a payment system on his platform. So in the latest developments, there was this username on Twitter before that was called X Payments. Somebody owned that. So somehow either X stole it, took it over, but I'm hoping Elon instead actually paid the person off in order to take control of the X Payments username, because now it has been cleared, joined January 2024, and there's a new X Payments user on X. So that's pretty cool. It's in process. There is intense speculation about whether Elon Musk will add cryptocurrencies to the X Payments payment system. Especially Dogecoin fans are the most excited segment for the payment system, considering Musk's admiration for Doge. That's it right there. Doge for X Payments. Not XRP or Caspa or any of these other coins or tokens people are talking about. Elon doesn't talk about any of them. He talks about Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and that's it. And as he said on the video that I played at the beginning of my Wednesday stream, Elon, he says Bitcoin is not good for payments. It's a store of value. Dogecoin for payments. And because the beginning of that video was so messed up, I've got it here again, all cleaned up, nice and good. It's just a little bit over a minute.
Well, I mean, I could really sort of wax on about the nature of money for hours, because I played a significant role in creating PayPal.
Right.
And so my understanding of the money system at a fundamental level of how it actually works, the detailed mechanics of it, is, I think, there are very few people that understand it better than me. Bitcoin is an interesting example, obviously the prime mover on this, but the transaction volume of Bitcoin is low, and the cost per transaction is high. It is, at least at its base level, suitable for maybe an exchange, a store of value. But fundamentally, Bitcoin is not a good substitute for transactional currency.
Right.
And even though it was created as a silly joke, Dogecoin is better suited for transactions.
Why is that?
The total transaction flow that you can do with Dogecoin is substantially more than, like, transactions per day is much higher than, has much higher potential than Bitcoin. It is slightly inflationary, but that inflationary number is a fixed number as opposed to a percentage.
Right.
So that means over time, its percentage inflation actually decreases. And that's actually good because it encourages people to spend, and rather than sort of hoard it as a store of value.
So there it is. I mean, Elon he said it right there. Bitcoin, store of value, Dogecoin, currency. What is he going to use for X payments? I don't know. You tell me. You let me know. Because me, I'm saying Dogecoin. Yeah, I love that haircut too. That was a good one. So that's what we have for X payments. And then we've got the third one, which is the wild card, right? The wild card. And that is Tesla. Tesla. The source code shows Elon Musk's Tesla will accept this crypto for the Cybertruck. What crypto would that be? Doge. Doge is in the source code of the Cybertruck. Check out the page. I verified it myself. And there it is in the code. Dogecoin payment method. It's written right into the code for Tesla cars. That's right, Tesla cars. It's written in the code. And it's all over the place for Doge. Order a Cybertruck. That's what the code is. Doge is in there, and it's in there multiple times. So I'm just saying, right? Huge things coming up. Huge things coming up. And so where does that leave us? That leaves us with what is the future price of Dogecoin? And this is the chart I've been showing recently. Thank you to Crypto Patel for putting this together. We had from the end of 2017 into 2020, we had this triangle. We had a one mini breakout in July of 2020. That's when the TikTokers were all going crazy. Dogecoin to $1, right? It went up to about 0.005 and then came back down to about 0.002. And that came into October, November. And then we had a little pump in December there when Elon tweeted Doge right at Christmas time. We had that little pump. And then in January, it just kind of faded a little bit. It was really quiet. But then we had the GameStop short squeeze and then the Dogecoin short squeeze. Pumped Dogecoin's price up to 8 cents. Dogecoin settled down through the month of March into April, and then Dogecoin took off and hit a high of 74 cents on May 7th, 2021. This is a logarithmic scale, so it's somewhat compressed on what you normally see. It's just based on percentage gains, not the actual number. So with that, that's a 30,000% gain from, let's say, the low right in like October of 2020 to the high in May of 2021. If we have that same pump starting at, let's say, wherever the bottom was, well, we had 4.9 cent Dogecoin back in June of 2022. That was its low of this cycle. If we go from there up, we could see $5 Dogecoin. We could see $5 Dogecoin if we have that same insane kind of trading. No guarantees that'll happen. There'll be bumps along the way, but there's the potential to do that. Is that the future of Dogecoin? $5? I don't know. I'm more in the $2 range, which I think would be more reasonable. Would be like right here, a $2 Doge. I think many people would be pretty happy with that. But if you want to think $5, yeah, we could talk about $5. And this would be less than the previous. This is a 30,000% gain. This is a 10,000% gain is what this one is. So it's 1/3 the size of the gain from what there was back here in 2021. So it is less. That's the target that he called out. But yeah. Market cap of Doge at $5. Good question. If we go to the coin market cap, when we look at Dogecoin, and what's the circulating supply? 142 billion. 142 billion. So if there's one of them, right? If it's $1, that would be a market cap of $142 billion. That would put it in third under Ethereum at 142 billion. Now you multiply that by 5, right? To get to $1 to $5. So what's 142 times 5? Survey says 710 billion. That's not even what Bitcoin is right now. That seems reasonable to me, right? Sure, why not? That sounds reasonable to me. $710 billion Dogecoin market cap. There you go. We're not talking trillion. I mean, $10 Doge, right? Then you've got 1.4 trillion. Okay, $10 Doge might be a little bit out there. But if Dogecoin is being used on X as payments, and you've got millions of people on X using Dogecoin on the X platform, that's craziness there. That's craziness. Yeah, can you hold till $5? That is the question there, isn't it, Mars? I would be selling pieces off on the way up. Most likely, I'll be selling pieces off. I won't have my full bag of Dogecoin at $4. I can tell you that. But I'll always have some. But I probably won't have the bulk of it by $4. So, but there'll be other people buying it because people will be buying Dogecoin at $4 because the FOMO will be real. You know, people will be buying it. Without X payments, Doge has no major way to grow, unless it's Tesla. If you can use it for Tesla payments, that would be huge as well. It'd be better on X though. That would be a better use of Dogecoin than like infrequent car purchases with Doge. We will see, though. We will see. So this is the craziness that could come. Doge has done it before. It can do it again. So what did I do today? Well, while this dip was happening, I was like, I'm going to buy something because that dip just was a perfect opportunity to buy something. And so I went out to like the 4-hour chart and I was like, yeah, Doge was just right here. Go out to the daily chart and you're like, yeah, Doge. I mean, we were buying Doge, in October down here at like 5.8 cents. Remember that? And Doge isn't back down to that level. So I thought, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look at which coins or tokens haven't taken off yet or are down even over the last 90 days. And I went to CoinMarketCap and I looked at the 90-day thing, and like Bitcoin's up 48% over the last 90 days. ETH is up 61%. Solana is up 210%. Dogecoin's even up 27%. And I was like, well, okay, let's see which ones might be down. You can just click on the 90. Then you get Bonk up 5,000%, right? Ordi and Celestia, all these big ones. But you click again, you get the worst. You got Sats. And I thought, Sats. Do I want to buy into Sats? So that was a maybe. And I know Bitcoin Cash down 3 I'm not going to buy that. And I don't think Monero, the security, coin, I just don't think there's going to be growth in that in the future. So I was like, and then we get into the stables. So I'm like, okay, well, that's the first page. Why don't we go to the second page, right? Those are the first 100. And so I went to the second 100 and I said, okay, I'll do the same thing, right? Go to page 2 and I'll look at the 90 days, see which ones took off. Helium, Superverse. I already got some Superverse. I'm already in that one. Metis, Ray, Mover, Ron. I was like, okay, those are all moving already. Which ones aren't moving yet? Pith. So Pith was on the list. I said, Pith. So Pith is down 47% over the last 3 months. And people have been talking about Pith up 26% for the week. So, okay, so Pith was on my list. That's a maybe. Meme, it's like, I don't know about that. Zcash, absolutely not. And I don't want to buy any more exchange tokens. So like Huobi or MX. So I was like, okay, and not PayPal. I'm not buying a PayPal token. So I went, okay, let's go to page 3. This is what I did this morning. It's like, okay, I'll go to page 3 and I'll see what comes up. See if there's something here. And clicked, and I don't know what wrapped Kava is. Art to Finance, NF Prompt, Sleepless. I was looking at these and I got to Bone. I was like, Bone on the Shiba ecosystem, Bone. So I was like, well, look at Bone. It's down 15% over 90 days. So I went to the Bone chart and I zoomed out and I was like, well, Bone was just in August. It was up here at like $1.70. And I zoomed out even further and I'm like, Bone hasn't been at this price at 60 cents since July of 2022. And so now that's where Bone was trading. And I was like, that might be one to buy. And because I don't use DEXs, I had to figure out where I could buy it, right? So you click on it on CoinMarketCap. Why did this turn white? Don't like the white. Here we go. And CoinMarketCap, for every coin or token that's listed there, you can always see what markets it trades on. And I only trade on Coinbase and Robinhood. And Robinhood doesn't show up on this list because Robinhood isn't really an open exchange. It's kind of a closed exchange. HTX, OKX, Gate.io, I'm not throwing money at those. Shiba Swap. So I was like, a Shiba Swap. So I want to go to Shiba Swap. So I go to Shiba Swap, right, which is a DEX. And I looked at it, right? I'd have to swap Shiba tokens for Bone. So I'd have to buy Shiba tokens and then put them in a wallet that I would have to connect. And just like Crypto CEO is asking, why don't I use a DEX? I had a MetaMask wallet that got hacked, connected to a DEX. And so I don't want to do that again. And I know time and time again, people are doing it all the time and it's safe and whatever, but mine got hacked. So I'm just really leery about connecting wallets. Now you could like make a new wallet, right? You can make a new one. Could watch Shiba, put in a new wallet, put it here, and try it out the Shiba Swap. So that was one option. Uniswap was another. Could you use Uniswap? That's, again, it's a DEX though, and I'm just like, I don't know. So I wanted to see what else it was traded on and saw all these. And on the third page, there was crypto.com. So I already have crypto.com. I already have an account there, and I owe a bunch of Crow on there that I've staked. But that's like all I did. And that was when I was looking at different exchanges that people in the United States could trade on. My idea at the time was going to do a video and compare all the exchanges. And what I remembered from when I bought that Crow was it had a really wide like bid and ask gap there, is what I remembered. But I thought, the Bone is really down so much here that I'm like, okay, if I have to pay a little more, I have to pay a little more. That's okay. So that was my thinking. So at that time on, let me fix this here. It was right in here. And at that time, 6.0 or 60.5 cents or so was the current price. And this is where I bought. I didn't know we were going to do this other dip here because I was looking back. It had dipped to this level, come up, dipped again, come up. So dipped to the same level. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy this time. So I didn't quite get the bottom of the dip here. But I did. Here is where I was buying at 60.5. On the crypto.com app, it said 64 cents. And I was like, 60, why does it say 64 cents? Because you go here and it tells you what the price is on the app. And right now it's saying 61.64 cents right now on crypto.com exchange. And you go back and you say, well, yeah, that's about what the price is now. So why did it say 64 up here when the current trading is down here? So I was like, well, I think it's going to go much higher anyway, so I'll just buy it. Now, to get the money onto crypto.com no longer is able to connect directly to your bank account. But you can trade in USDC. So I went to Coinbase, I bought USDC. Right, I had to transfer money onto Coinbase. Then I bought USDC with that cash. And then I transferred the USDC from Coinbase to crypto.com. And it was going to be like $5.40 to transfer it using the ERC20 network. But they had an option for optimism. And the optimism was going to be like 30 cents. So I was like, I'll use the Optimism network, the layer 2, because I own Optimism and I like Optimism. I'm like, well, I'll use that. 30 cents. And it worked perfectly. Transferred over to crypto.com. And then I made my purchase. And what the hell? Here's my purchase. I got 1,269.99 bone. It was supposed to be 1,270, and somehow it rounded it down to 0.01. $850 of USDC, but it gave me this price of 0.6697, almost 67 cents. And I was like, what the hell? 67 cents. It didn't say that on the app that you were paying 67. I thought it was going to be 64 because that's what it had on the page. 67 cents. Well, 67 cents here, it's way up here. I put this blue line here. 67's way up here. And I bought it when it was trading down here. What a ripoff. What a ripoff. It's like, now I remember why I didn't, after I bought that Crow, those Crow tokens, why I didn't buy anything else on crypto.com. What a ripoff. So, crypto.com, thumbs down, bad, bad, bad. But, I do these things to learn and to share my experience. So there it is. You guys have now benefited from my experience on crypto.com of buying Bone token when the price is down here at 60.5 and it ends up 67 cents. What a ripoff. Anyway, I bought on the dip, but I got the price way up here. Just like, So thumbs down on crypto.com. Big thumbs down. But now I have some Bone tokens. And hey, if the Bone token trades back up here at $2, then the difference between 60 and 67, I guess, that's real money, but anyway, that was my experience. Yeah, Sam says, Used Crypto.com back in the day. Really bad exchange. Worst exchange in the space right now. I agree. Worst exchange in the space. I'm wondering when I sell, like let's say Bone goes up to $2 and I sell, what price am I going to get? I bet it's not going to be $2. I could bet it's going to be a lot less, like $1.90 or something. They won't give me the $2, most likely. I've never sold on crypto.com, so I'm just guessing, but. And they charged 50 Doge to withdraw your Doge. Yeah. What a ripoff. Now I can see how they get like naming rights to a stadium, you know, or the crypto.com arena, right? Because they just made some off of me that they shouldn't have made. That's a ripoff. So anyway, so that's what happened to me today. Probably just should have bought Doge, right? I should have just bought the Doge on Coinbase. And I would have had it down here. Well, it's probably around 7.6 because it was right before the dip. So I would have gotten it somewhere around here, 7.6 cents. And now I'd be up on that I just bought, as opposed to the Bone where I'm down, even though the price is going up. Oh, well. Moral of the story, just buy Dogecoin. Just buy Dogecoin. I believe in diversity, though, having different coins, right? If I look at our Kriss Packs portfolio, right? These are the coins that we bought back in July, August, and September. We're up 34% on our portfolio all time. Not bad for 4 months, right? Up 34%. We were up a little higher a few weeks ago, but 34%, that's okay. Here's that dip today, dip down, right back up. That's good. Our Dogecoin, we're up 26% on the Doge, but we're up 34 all-time profit. So with that Doge, well, that means we have other things that we bought that are at a higher profit, like our Bitcoin is up 54, our Ethereum's up 51, and our Render is up 182%. And Algorand is up 72%. So this is why I diversify when I buy, because I've got the, right? You've got others that can take off at a higher percent. You don't know when things are going to take off, what's going to be better than others. So I diversify. That's what I do. That's what I do. Even the SHIB that we bought at 0.831 is up 10% on that SHIB. But my Bone, I'm down on, even though it's up from when I bought it. So I'm a little pissed at that. But life goes on. It's all good. It's all good. It's crypto, right? You weather the storm. Now you're talking my language. Doge. Yep, should have just bought the Doge. Anyway, if you want to know more about this Kriss Packs DCA portfolio and what this is, if you haven't heard me talk about it before, this is the portfolio we're going to sell at the top of the bull market. I put in $10,000. It now has 13,400. We were up over 14,000 for a while. If I go to the 7-day, though, we can see that, yeah, it dipped down here as Bitcoin went down, dragged the whole crypto market with it. Our portfolio went down too. But we're early. We're still early in the bull market, right? And I'm going to sell at the top of the bull market all of these other coins. Bitcoin, ETH, Render, Algo, XRP, SHIB, Litecoin, Jasmy, Matic. We're going to sell them all. And then this Dogecoin, this 75,000 Dogecoin right here, I'm sharing with you guys. That's right. I'm sharing with you guys. But in order to receive that Dogecoin, you got to do something for me. And that is, you got to join my YouTube channel. Hit the join button on my YouTube channel. You get loyalty badges next to your name, check marks, get your name in green in the chat like Jason's is, and you get to use these custom emojis, which I'll be adding more as more and more people join the channel. Those have been a member of my channel the longest will receive more Dogecoin than the more recent members, but that's how I set it up. But that's kind of the fun thing. I wanted to show that what I thought was the bottom of the bear market was when we were buying this crypto. And you can see the percentages were up on most of it. A little bit down on XRP, a little bit down on Litecoin. Litecoin has come back down to our purchase price, just about 71 bucks. So yeah, that's where we are with that portfolio. But it was my own thing, just saying, look, this is what we're doing. I put $10,000 in with the full understanding we were not in the bull market yet, and this was going to make money. And so we were buying a lot of these live during these live streams. We were buying these tokens. I was DCAing like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Was buying a little, buying a little, buying a little. And so now here we are. Executor, welcome. Nice to see you in the chat. Welcome back. You know me, keeping it real. That's what I do. Except when I show charts like this. Dogecoin going up to $5. Will it happen? Who knows, right? But that's the fun of Doge, right? That's the fun part of Doge. But I keep it real, you know. People freaking out that Doge was going to 0 or 3 cents or something, but somebody put a comment in, right? They'll buy when it gets to 3 cents. Doge isn't going down to 3 cents, guys. No. Look at the volume there as that was coming down. This is like buying up all this Doge as the price is coming down. So it comes right back up. This was happening before up at the 8 cent level down. Just a few days ago. Every time it dipped to 7.9, 7.95, right, it would get eaten up. Well, unfortunately, because of Bitcoin, like pushing everything down, everybody who had limit orders at 7.9, those all got bought up, and then Doge got pushed down to the 7.8 level before that dip that we had this morning. So, and it just got bought up right back up to 7.8 cents. That's what we had for today. $5 is wife-changing money. Depends on how many Doge you have, right? If you've got 1 million Dogecoin, that's a nice chunk of money there. But as was asked earlier, I think it was Mars was like, are you going to be able to hold that Doge all the way up to $5? Or will you be taking profits before that? That's the question. That's the question. Litecoin, it should rebound this year, make another run to 100. Doge will retest 15 cents. Yep, I agree with both of those. Litecoin's going to be 100. Yeah. Doge has to double from where it is now to get to 15 cents. It needs a little help to do that. You can see my video on So I had my price prediction video. I got to go to videos here. 2024 price prediction, right? Dogecoin 2024 price prediction to see what I think Doge will be at the end of the year. I kind of weaseled out and I gave 2 scenarios. X payments or no X payments. But Anyway, check out that video, Dogecoin 2024 price prediction. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, Joshua said you can't time the market. That's right. When it gets to things like that, you just kind of have to guess, right? Just like we were guessing that 5.8 cent Dogecoin back in September and October was the bottom, of this cycle, because we missed the 4.9 cent Dogecoin back in the summer of 2022. So in 2023, when it got down there at 5.88 cents, I was like, I'm buying. And so not only did I buy for the Kriss DCA portfolio, but I bought a chunk for myself. A good sized chunk at 5.8 cents. That was the last Doge that I bought, was there. That got me to the stash I have. And what I've been buying since then is I've kind of been moving some other stuff around. Got out of a couple things that I didn't like. So I wanted to get into Celestia and the Bonk. And I went through on a previous stream my whole Bonk thing where I bought when it started trading on Coinbase, sold when I almost doubled my money, and then rebought back in at a lower price. So doing okay with that. And Celestia is it's going to be one of those that's going to do great. And Superverse as well was another one I bought because I was just like, this is going to do something. I need to get some of that. And then the fourth was, what was the fourth one? Spell token. Spell token. Because that's one that hasn't done anything yet. And we're just waiting. Just waiting on that one. That's Spell token. So again, I just wanted a little more diversified portfolio, get into a few more things. So there would be a lot of Doge millionaires if Doge went up that high. That is true. Again, will it happen? We don't know. But Doge has gone on a wild run before. It can do it again. And this is a 1/3 of the height, percentage-wise, is what we had from October 2020 to May of 2021. Again, that was a 30,000%. This is a 10,000%. We're talking 1/3 of the gain. Just saying, it's possible. If you've got this on X, like this crazy X payments going on X, and it's in Doge, meaning there are Doge wallets throughout the X platform, and people are tipping in Doge, they're sending Doge back and forth, and even X paying creators in Dogecoin. I mean, that would be huge. Again, we don't know if that's going to happen or not. But all the winking and nodding and that Elon has been doing about Dogecoin leads me to believe that could really happen. So that's the future of Dogecoin. What I think is the future of Dogecoin. Look at our daily candle here. Our daily candle is now green for Dogecoin, despite that wick all the way down below 7.5 cents. It's now just a wick. That's how quickly crypto can move. It's just a wick. All right, gang. Hey, look, everybody have a great weekend. I'll probably have a video or two this weekend. We'll see how it goes time-wise. Be back live Monday at 5 o'clock. So hope to see you then. Always give a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And think about joining the channel as well. Appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.